Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final day of ILG Cup Season 3 WCC Rivals online tournaments. I'm Shade Slayer and I'll be a caster for the games today. This is the first semi-final of the day. We do have Madhu going up against Rudra. We've seen Rudra absolutely decimate opposition in the past. Our champion on multiple occasions today. I do expect this to be a slight advantage for Rudra, who's got a lot of experience under his belt, but it is a 2 overs match and anything can happen. It is, of course, default settings, so there are no player upgrades, no boosts, absolutely nothing. Madhu wins the toss, and as the trend goes, he's gonna decide to field first. Rudra opening things up with two right-hand batsmen. So not the left-hand, right-hand combination. Left arm pace. And we have traditionally seen bowlers come around the wicket to the right-hand batsman, and that is exactly how it's going to be to open up the innings. Quick change in the field settings for Madhu, as like one of the players yesterday, he's going to have short third man only in swinger and straight at the middle of the bat. Well timed, the loft shot comes through, straight over cover, one bounce to the boundary rope, and Rudra off to a hot start. Immediately going to change things up, going to come from over the wicket. First ball, he did pitch it straight up to the batsman, almost in hitting range. This time he's not going to be able to connect. The ball trickles down to fine leg, and it's only going to be the single. Rudra did try to make some room and try and hit it towards deep mid wicket, but unfortunately didn't get the connection that he was hoping for. Next ball in. It's going to be a slow one, but he's got enough bat on it to get it over the inner field. Another boundary added to the total, 10 of 3. He's already making in some room, and this should go back towards the offside. It's hit a lot more square, and there is a fieldsman. Unfortunately, it is hit really well. And deep backward point. Couldn't cut it off. Rudra gets another boundary. So Madhu's been pitching it up between leg and middle, and Rudra's just been making room to hit it over the offside. Twice now that he's not managed to get it square enough, and deep backward point this time is going to be able to cut it off. Rudra manages to sneak back for 2 regardless. Last ball of the first over. And Madhu, what's the play here? Slow in swinger, and that's right over the middle of the bat. So much room. The slow ball doesn't do enough to confuse Rudra, and he's going to finish off the first over in style. A huge 6 catapults his total to 22 of the first over. And Madhu's in some trouble. He's going to switch over to left-hand spin over the wicket to the right-hand batsman. And that is hit safely over mid-on. One bounce, another boundary added to the total. He's pretty much continuing where he left things off at the end of that first over. Madhu hasn't really been able to challenge Rudra thus far. He's been able to hit clean shots time and again. Will have to settle for just the 2 here, as he works it off his pads back towards fine leg. And that is off the middle of the bat. The loft shot, and it's gone all the way. And looking at the shots around the wicket, Yeah, he's pretty much used the entire length of this field. Another one. Same place, hit even better. Back-to-back sixes for Rudra, and this is just going from bad to worse right now from Madhu. 40 for no loss. 2 more balls to go. And Rudra's going to be looking to try and reach that 50 mark. And he's going to be able to do this. Comes dancing down the track. Smashed over cover. 1 bounce. Another 4. Madhu, whether he likes it or not, is in for a huge chase here. Last ball in, and that is going to be another 4. Long on to finish off the innings. 48, 49 required of 12 balls for Madhu to make his way towards the finals of tournament number 299 for ILG Cup Season 3 WCC Rivals. And Rudra, all he needs to ensure here is a couple of dot balls. That is the kind of room for error that Madhu is working with here in his innings. Field settings, Rudra is going to go for a field setting very similar to the one that Madhu himself used. Fine leg, third man inside the circle. Left arm starts off with the slow ball. He works this towards fine leg, should be too comfortably to start off the innings, but Madhu here, he needs the big ones. 4s and 6s are what is going to win him the match, or at least get him close to that total. He's going to have to try and keep those 2s to a minimum. Another slow ball. Another shot towards fine leg. Only 4 of the first 2. Not the kind of start that he was hoping for. He needs to pick up a lot of early momentum. Pressure is only going to keep building every single time he can't find the boundary rope. And that is something he does not want to have, especially after the first 3 or 4 deliveries. Another slow ball. Another 2 added. Six of the first 3, 43 required now of 9 balls. We're coming close to 6 a ball required. He's not too far away from this. Another slow ball and he completely beats him. The in-swinger, as Madhu tries to make some room and work it over point, completely misses it, and I think that is pretty much it. Rudra is almost certainly on his way to another finals. Madhu does finally manage to get good bat and ball. 4, but is it too little too late? 10 on the board with the last ball coming up from the first over. And that should just be the 2 runs here. They're going to just about be able to scramble back with the dive. 12 of the first over. 37 required of the last. 6 sixes will only tie the match. That is the kind of asking rate here on Madhu in this final over. Almost the impossible. First ball in. Around the wicket, and he's going to completely miss it. That is it. Wide outside the off stump. As he tries to swing his arms towards the onside. Rudra has done it. He will walk away the champion here, but for Madhu, it is all about pride now. He wants to try and get as many runs on the board in the remaining 5 balls. He's going to open things up with the boundary. Easily manages to beat deep mid wicket there. 16 on the board. Rudra. Slow ball. but he does manage to comfortably beat extra cover. Couple of bounces, another 4 added to the total. This is just consolation right now though for Madhu. 29 required of 3 balls. Rudra will move on to the finals to battle it out for INR 350. I do believe Afridi is in the other semi-final as well, and that's going to be a good shot down the track. Hit straight, hit flat, and hit all the way. If only Madhu could have found some of these shots in the first over, would have made this a much closer affair. But as things stand, like I said, he's going to miss that again. That is a strong delivery in Rudra's arsenal. The slow in-swinger that just straightens up and completely beats the batsman as he tries to free his arms. It's going to be able to get back-to-back dot balls, and that is it. Rudra, comfortable victory here over Madhu. He will move on to the finals. This is Shade Slayer. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a quick break and be back with the finals. INR 350 on the line. Who's going to walk away with all of it? Do stick around.
When you walk in the room, it's still, and you can't see nobody else. I'm not the only one who feels that switch inside my body change. Oh, I just want you to myself. Just want you to myself. When we go out, we don't get far, 'cause everybody knows your name. They stop to ask you how you are, but now our dinner plans run late, and I know your mother raised you right, so I don't wanna make you rise. And now and then can't help but wish this life was just the two of us. Oh, I just want you to myself. 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 You called to say that you will make it over to my place tonight. The office got you working late, and when you're off, you'll be too tired. I don't wanna make a scene. You're just so good at what you do. It's selfish of me to think that I'm the only dream for you. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself.
All right, what a way to finish off the online tournament streams than with a classic. It is SGDA versus Rudra. We have seen this be the tightest affair, the most competition SGDA has probably got in these entire series of online tournaments, and we're gonna get to see it one more time here. The all-important toss, and we have seen for a fact it has played a very crucial part. Being able to bowl first has given a lot of confidence for especially these matches where it is neck and neck. With so much on the line though, I still kind of feel batting first is the way to go. But then again, I say, hey, just go for what you're comfortable with and play it out regardless of what match you're doing it in. I think that's the best way to approach a big match like this one. Favorites, of course, I'm going to give it to SGDA. And I do believe he's going to be bowling first here. So looks like he did win the toss. Rudra is going to bat. Left arm over the wicket. First ball of the grand finals. He's going to make a lot of room on the onside and safe shot. Not a lot of pace on it, but the placement and the idea behind it executed to perfection. There's cover and extra cover, an entire area empty behind them, so he just needs to lob it over them. Same ball, same shot, same end result. Second more boundary added, and SGDA, if not changing the field settings, he's at least gonna change the kind of line and length that he's been going for. Gonna make more room, and yeah, does it 3 times in a row. Fairly straightforward shots. The onus is gonna be on SGDA though to change things up. He's varied the pace on a couple of occasions. This time is gonna go slow, and fine leg is gonna come into play. It's gonna be the quick 2. (14 of the first 4). 3 boundaries, 2 runs of the last one. Rudra off to a very good start, but he needs to keep the momentum going. And it's gonna be a dot ball. What? Could have just made some room on the onside, gone for that exact same loopy shot over cover, but seems like he's changed up his approach for some reason, and this is something I don't like. Rudra has managed to pick up 4 runs of the last 3 balls, and it's gonna be 16 of the first over. Considering he got 12 of the first 3, Rudra is gonna be pretty darn disappointed with that. Getting a total less than 40, I do give the advantage to SGDA to be able to easily chase that down. Second over, right arm around the wicket. Looks like this is going to be in the gap though. There's a tiny gap there between fine leg and long leg, and Rudra luckily manages to find it. Runs around. You see those 3 boundaries at the start, and then it's only been 2s to the fine leg except that last ball. He finally gets a good connection there, and this time, despite there being a deep backward point, he's not going to be pulled into play. It goes all the way for a 6. 26 of 1.2. I think Rudra might be able to still salvage this. He needs maybe another couple of big shots, and he can go past the 40-run mark. He goes back to doing what was working for him in the first over, at least at the beginning. Make room on the onside, hit it over cover, and he picks up another boundary. 30 with 3 to go. SGDA isn't going to change anything up, same field setting, and this should be the same result again. The dive, not enough to be able to cut that off from reaching the boundary yet again. I do like how the Rudra has been able to reset. Has given him a new sense of life, and that's going to be a huge one. A biggie goes all the way. 40 comes up in style for Rudra. And there is still one more ball to go. Last ball of the innings. SGDA has given it all away, and it's going to be another 4. 44 on the board. 45 to win for SGDA, and Rudra has recovered wonderfully well here in the second over. That was 28 runs of over number 2 for Rudra, and that's a lot of runs in fact on the board. 44 to be precise, 45 to win. It's gonna be a close one. Looks like we might have a quick resync. And there you go. We're back in. Quick change of field settings for Rudra. Every single ball's gonna count for SGDA on this chase. First ball in. Left arm over the wicket to the right-hand batsman. Slow ball in, and he manages to find the gap between cover and extra cover. It's going to trickle down to the boundary rope. 4 to open up the innings for SGDA. 45 required of 12 balls. 41 of 11 right now. And SGDA is just going to look for boundaries after boundaries. Second ball in is going to be a slow ball. Fine leg. Only the 2. In fact, it's only going to be the single. It did race away to the fielder there. So there was very little room for him to sneak a second. SGDA doesn't take any chances, and is going to be able to restrict him to just that one run. The second ball. Third ball in, and it's going to go all the way. It's a big one. Good connection. Manages to hit it on the rise, and that travels all the way. Another slow ball, and this is going to carry straight to extra cover. Up goes the finger. Rudra comes up with a big one. The slow ball thrown into the mix completely catches SGDA off guard, and Rudra not only picks up the wicket, but he manages to find a dot ball. That is big. That is absolutely huge indeed for Rudra. 11 for 1 or 4. He goes for the pull shot, but long leg cuts that off. Gonna be just the 2. 13 of 5. One more ball to go. Not looking pretty here for SGDA. Rudra with a good show here in the first over. Does not get the best of connections, and that is going to be only 2 more added. So 15 runs of the first over, meaning he will require 30 of the second to be able to take the title here. Else Rudra is gonna be able to take down the giant that is SGDA. Gonna go back to a comfortable field setting. Short third man. Typically want to bowl this onto the pads, but he's gonna go outside off stump. Frees up a lot of room, and he's gonna completely swing the miss. Goes for the pull shot, and SGDA, that might just be curtains for him. He needs 5 sixes of the 5 remaining balls to be able to chase this down. 15, 1.1, and that's going to strike him in the body. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. SGDA is not going to be able to work his way out of the situation unless Rudra commits some serious mistakes in the bowling department. It's going to let it go by. Another dot ball added. Rudra will walk away a champion here of ILG Cup Season 3 WCC Rivals Online Tournament. Snowball in is just going to let it by. SGDA, I think, he knows what's coming his way. Rudra is just going to see this through. 30 required of 2. The hearts come out. The congratulations are out. Last ball of the innings. Congratulations to Rudra. He is your champion. Thank you so much for all the viewers who tuned in. It's been an amazing journey over the last month or so. We've had some really good games. We have had breathtaking action live from ILG Cup Season 3 WCC Rivals Online Tournaments. I'm Shade Slayer signing off. We will be back again in January with the regional qualifiers for ILG Cup Season 3 WCC Rivals LAN tournaments. So do stay tuned for that. Thank you so much again. This is Shade Slayer signing off. Goodbye. Enjoy the weekend, guys. Keep gaming.